Hello everyone and welcome back to Thread and Petal. Don't be so quick to throw away clothes that are torn, snagged, or stained with ink. With just a needle, some thread, and a few minutes of hand sewing, you can completely transform them into pieces that look even better than when you first bought them. In particular, the final tip is incredibly useful if you often happen to stain light-colored clothing, so make sure to watch until the very end. Now let's get started. Tip 1. Turning a tear into a charming flower. This dress has a small circular hole. Instead of patching it up the conventional way, I'm going to turn it into a decorative flower so no one will ever know it was once a tear. First, I'm using a running stitch to fully encircle the edges of the tear. Next, we'll start shaping the petals. Bring the needle up from the underside for the first stitch. Then, pierce back down and loop the thread underneath the needle before pulling gently. Simply repeat this process, and each petal will appear beautifully even and defined. Don't look away, just a few more stitches and you'll see the tear completely disappear. And here's the final result. A charming little flower has completely replaced the tear, looking exactly like a pre-designed decorative detail. But what if your clothes are just snagged rather than torn? Let's move on to the next hack. Tip 2. Hiding a trouser snag with decorative stitching. Now for these jeans. The pocket area is quite visibly snagged, but in just a moment it's going to become the trouser's best feature. First, I'm drawing 3 concentric semicircles, ranging from small to large, right over the snagged area. Then, begin sewing, just like in the first tip. Remember, after passing the needle through, the thread must always sit underneath the needle for the stitch to form correctly. At the same time, keep the spacing between stitches consistent to leave room for the subsequent passes. At this point, care to guess what color palette I'll use for the final touch? A single shade or a multicolored look? Let me know in the comments. Now for the second pass of thread. The technique remains identical, but the stitches will be alternated with those of the first round to make the pattern look fuller and more defined. This is the exact moment the pattern begins to take shape. It already looks worlds apart, doesn't it? Moving on to the third pass and all the remaining rounds. Keep alternating the stitches until the entire design is fully filled in. You can also mix and match different thread colors to create a more vibrant, eye-catching effect tailored to your own preference. We're almost there. Don't skip ahead because these final few stitches will bring the entire pattern together, making it look incredibly balanced and striking. Let's see if the final result makes you want to try it right away. If you found this hack helpful, you won't want to miss the final one. With just a few more stitches, you'll learn how to conceal ink stains on light-colored trousers without relying on bleach or buying a new pair. If you wear cream or white trousers, you'll definitely understand. Just a tiny ink stain is enough to ruin the look. But this hack will not only completely cover the stain, but also make your trousers look even better than before. First, sew a continuous series of zigzag stitches, spanning just long enough to completely cover the ink stain. If you've made it this far, please leave a heart. It really helps the video reach more sewing enthusiasts. At this stage, the pattern is really starting to take shape. Just finish up the remaining stitches and the ink stain will be virtually hidden. If your trousers ever face the same issue, be sure to save this video so you can follow along whenever you need it. Once the zigzags are complete, I'm switching to a different thread color to embroider tiny flowers nestled between the lines. Don't blink. The final result is going to blow you away. Now for my absolute favorite part, just adding these tiny flowers instantly softens the design and makes it pop. What do you think of this color combination? If it were you, which thread colors would you pick? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And here's the final product. The ink stain is cleverly concealed, replaced instead by a dainty floral band that makes the trousers look far more striking and sophisticated. Of today's 3 hacks, which one was your favorite? Comment 1, 2, or 3 to let me know. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Thread and Petal, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on simple yet incredibly useful sewing tips in our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now, and see you in the next one.